Right, here are quiz 5 solutions for Math 65. In question 1, we're given two polynomial long division problems. I gave you two thinking that if you messed one up, you could get the other one right maybe. It would help you save points, not just to be mean. This first one, we're trying to figure out 2x plus 3 divided by negative 2x to the third minus 11x squared minus 8x plus 6. So my task is to find something to write up here so that when I multiply it by 2x plus 3, I get a negative 2x cubed. And that something is negative x squared. And the reason I want that here is because if you take negative x squared and multiply it down to this stuff, you get negative 2x cubed from negative x squared times 2x. It's negative 2x cubed. And then negative x squared times 3 is negative 3x squared. And now what I want to do is take this and subtract this. So negative 2x cubed minus negative 2x cubed is just 0x cubed. Negative 11x squared minus negative 3x squared is the same as negative 11x squared plus 3x squared, which is negative 8x squared. And then I bring down this negative 8x. And then repeat. What number can I put here so that when I multiply it against this, I get negative 8x squared? That number is negative 4x. Negative 4x times 2x is negative 8x squared. Negative 4x times 3 is negative 12x. And if I subtract these guys, negative 8x squared minus negative 8x squared is 0. Negative 8x minus negative 12x is negative 8x plus 12x, which is positive 4x. Then I bring down the plus 6. And so one more step, what goes here so that when I multiply it against this guy, I get this guy. Turns out that that's positive 2 because 2 times 2x is 4x and 2 times 3 is 6. Now if I subtract, I get 0. It told me the remainder should be 0, so that's a good sign. It means that, I guess that's probably fine. This answer is equal to what's on top here. If you really wanted, I guess I can write it again. We get this guy, I don't know, put a box around it or something maybe? Sure. This right here is our solution. Part B, going to repeat that whole process. X plus 4 divided by, be careful here, we got x to the fourth, but we don't have an x cubed term. So I'm going to put in plus 0x cubed. And then I got negative 10x squared plus 22x minus 8. So what do I put up here so that when I multiply it times x plus 4, I get x to the fourth? X cubed. X cubed times x is x to the fourth. X cubed times 4 is 4x cubed. And now I subtract. These go away. 0 minus 4x cubed is negative 4x cubed. And I bring down the negative 10x squared. And now what do I put here so that when I multiply it times x plus 4 I get this? Put negative 4x squared because that gives me negative 4x cubed minus 16x squared. Now I can subtract again. Negative 4x cubed minus negative 4x cubed is nothing. Negative 10x squared minus negative 16x squared is the same as 10 plus 16x squared. So that is 6x squared. And what do I got? 22x up there. Okay. What do I put up here? I put up a 6x because 6x times x is 6x squared. And I also have 6x times 4 is 24x. And if I subtract, I get 22x minus 24x is negative 2x. Running low on room here, but I'm almost done, which is good. What do I put up here so that when I multiply it against this, I get this. That is a negative 2. Gives me negative 2x minus 8. And if I subtract those, I can barely squeeze a 0 in there, which is good because I wasn't supposed to get a remainder. So my answer here is x cubed minus 4x squared plus 6x minus 2. All right, number 1 takes a little while to do, so I made these worth 6 points each. Number 2 I think is a little bit easier and a little bit quicker. You just kind of need to know what scientific notation is. So what scientific notation is taking this huge number and writing it as a number that's between 1 and 9.99999, so in this case 4.321, times a certain amount of tens. How many tens? Well, I got to move the decimal place from here all the way over to here. So I move it over 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. It looks like I move it over 18 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah. So scientific notation just is that right there. Same idea down here. See the number that I want that's between 1 and less than 10, 3.1415. But I multiply that by 10. This time I'm moving the decimal place the other direction. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's this times 10 to the negative 9. And these are your scientific notations. These are the answers for part 2. I guess that's the end of the quiz.